Mordecai. So I kind of have the idea that your narrative elements are taking place in parallel to the group's boarding action. So you arrived a little bit after they did, and they were already on their way to rearm and get in their boarding torpedo. And so, like,
Mhm.
you've made it to the surface, and kind of at the same time is when they were approximately like halfway to their target, and then your talk with the quote unquote governor of Lava Mall was at the 3/4 mark, and then now that they're fighting is when you're going to have your interaction with this acting governor under the greater good.
Gotcha.
So like
Okay, fair enough.
an hour an hour of time has gone by. Um, Black and Kane have joined you. They have been dressed in inquisitorial garb. They're a member of your retinue, ostensibly. The High Militant is there with you as well. The governor is thinks too highly of himself to be there. However, it is your choice of who actually attends with you as your one squad.
Okay. Well, definitely. Definitely Black and Kane. I want them there.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Actually, yeah. Who should I have? Guess Sandala should be with me. And just to keep up appearances, I'm gonna ask for her to just put on one of the inquisitorial henchman suits. You know,
Gotcha.
it's all about keeping the same look. You
Mm-hmm.
want a uniform to look. Um. Otherwise, I would just fill out the rest of the squad with just standard henchmen. Keep them, just keep 'em normal guys. Hopefully, it won't come down to ass kicking, but if it need be, now I'll cross that bridge.
Gotcha. And so, um, it's 10 men that you bring with you. So Sindala, Black, Kane, and then 7 of your stormtroopers. Uh, you do go to the northern side of Yakaris, opting to frame yourself with the Imperial fists still on the planet behind you. And you do choose to bring a chair because you are quote unquote an inquisitor. No one knows any different. And you sit down and strike a authoritative pose, and you begin to wait for the governor's retinue to arrive. And they do come in a very standard lander, and hilariously, you can see that the governor is wearing the exact same garb as the governor in exile. Like this man is taking himself very seriously, even if he's not really what he thinks he is. And so the same thing. He has 10 men with him. He does approach you and then stands approximately 10 or so feet away, and then waits for you to address him.
Hmm. In that case, I don't want to say anything. I just want to wave Sandala over and just say a couple words, and I just want to be like, I'm just acting like I'm talking to you. Can you go back and get me a drink of water? But take your time. And then I just want to like sit back down and just keep staring at him. I'm not gonna say anything first.
Oh man, you're playing that mind game with them.
Yep.
All right. So give me a willpower test, sir.
Come on, willpower. Don't fail me now. Like, please. Like, it's my one good stat. So, all right, it's a 56 and just base willpower.
Yes, sir. Oh man, that's actually a really good stat.
Oh, are you ready? 56. I
Nice.
literally rolled exactly what I needed. No degree success. No success, but I did pass.
And you can see the governor and his retinue are looking rather nervous. Whereas your retinue is Sindala is moving, but is standing at attention effectively without moving a muscle. The governor is uh, is fidgeting, and all of the guardsmen that have come with him are fidgeting as well. They're um, alternating where their hands are. They're playing with their buttons. They look undisciplined and seem to be uncomfortable in the situation.
Gotcha. All right. I'm just gonna keep staring. I'm gonna keep it up.
Oh man. Okay. So, same thing, sir. Give me a willpower test, please.
All right. Whoop. Well, I totally failed it. I got an 82, but I'm gonna fate point that.
Gotcha.
There we go. Oh, no. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Sorry, I dropped my dice. I definitely passed it. It's just whether it's by 1 degree or 2. Stupid desk. Where's the flashlight? Oh, there it is. Let me do it quick. Okay, so I passed with 1 degree. Got a 43.
Gotcha. And so after a few moments of fidgeting, the governor and his retinue do seem to look like they finally gather some sort of calm among them. They definitely have left a weak impression on you, but they seem to have finally settled in when it was obvious that you weren't going to execute them all immediately as you got there.
Okay. In that case, I want to wave Sindala over again. I'm like, Sindala, ask if any of the guys here have any booze, like liquor. It's like, hopefully she has liquor. But just ask if anyone has liquor. I'll pay him back.
Gotcha. And so, same thing. She walks over to you and listens to your request, and then turns around and goes to the group, and very orderly begins walking down the line, doing her best to make it look like she's performing an inspection. You know, subtly asking if anyone has any on them, and not making it look like she's doing something out of the ordinary. And you know, as she makes it down the line, one of the guardsmen does have a flask on him. Yeah, they're rough gentlemen. They probably do.
Right.
But one does have a flask, and very almost mechanically, the guardsman reaches into his jacket and pulls it out and passes it to Sindala, and she returns to you.
Okay. Thank you. So, I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna try to... Wait, let me double check what skills I have. Damn, I have, like, no good skills for this. I'm trying to dig. I'm like, darn it. I'm supposed to be the scary, like, intimidation one. I can't... Where the hell's Thorvir? This is literally Thorvir's angle of attack.
Hey, Mordecai. You know, you could know where I am if you were with me up here in space.
It's space, ripping people apart. All right. In that case, I just want to kind of make eye contact with the governor. It's like, oh, actually, 1 second. Let me double check that. Actually, gotta be safe on it. Okay. Governor Anderson, you look a little nervous. Would you like some of the finest liquor my men have? It's Imperial made, of course, so you may not have had it for a while, but would you like a drink?
And so immediately, Andromson is, he kind of instinctively reaches his hand up and then realizes what he did. Says nothing, but his moment of hesitation is obvious.
It's okay if you want a little bit of it. We have plenty to go around. It's quite good. At first, it's a little rough, just like a lot of the people in the Imperium, and I'm sure the greater good at first seem just like the booze, right? Like, it tastes good, it's fine, it's like a fine wine. But at the same time, you drink it too much, you're gonna get diabetes and you wake up with a splitting headache. But this fine Imperial liquor, it has soul. Understand, Governor? It has soul. And what does your greater good have? And I finally have a chance to use it. I'm gonna reach in my back pocket and pull out that Tau porno book I got like 10 sessions ago. And just throw it at his feet. He's like, look what your greater good makes instead. Filth. Spreading around. Ugh. Oh, and apparently I wrote down the Tau porno book is called Sense of the Southern Sea. So it's a pretty dirty book.
And after the porn mag lands at his feet, Andromson does kind of hesitantly kick it out of in front of him so that it's off to one of his sides, and he does begin to walk towards you. Yes, Inquisitor, I very much would like to have some of the Imperium's finer delicacies.
We're not so different, you and I. Here, have a swig.
Oh, man.
I know, I heard you laugh like, yeah, I get that a lot. Not so different, you and I. And it's like, yeah.
And he does. Okay, he reaches for the flask and takes it from you and does take a rather unusually long gulp from it.
Poor guy that just had like all his family booze stolen, but it's for the greater good. I mean, never mind.
Never mind. I'll call you later.
Yeah. All right. At this point, I want to like, kind of like get up. I want to like grab my chair, walk over by his chair, and put it by his chair, just so it's only like a couple feet apart now. But like, listen, sit down. Let's just talk, man to man, governor to inquisitor. Two people that are at the top of their fields and are neck deep in shit. Am I right? We're both in neck deep in shit. So let's just talk. What I need from you is to help me end this stupid war. It's dragging everything down. It's dragging Imperium down. It's dragging the greater good down. But specifically, it's dragging this planet down. It's dragging you down. It's just time to end it. You made your point. Hell, you're still Imperium, even if you don't know it. You showed up in Imperial garb. You're not wearing the flowing robes of those fish people. You're wearing an Imperium outfit. You're still Imperium. So just come on over. We still have a place for you.
Oh man, we got Mordecai, trying that real sweet talk. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, if worse comes to worse, I have a digi weapon on my hand, so his head is gone if he says no. So.
Oh,
Han Solo him?
I have the ring, man. That's the whole purpose of the ring. Is like it's a fuck you button.
Look, even if you come to an agreement, we're still dropping a Tau cruiser on him.
I'm not arguing that. I'm gonna definitely dance around that issue. Like that's
Or just
That's
don't
for the,
don't ever bring it up.
that's the fine print at the bottom of the negotiation. It's like, there's gonna be a Tau cruiser being plunged at
Okay. So
That little surprise at the bottom of the cereal box.
you.
except this is right at the top and definitely hits you way earlier.
Well, I mean, we just flip the box upside down.
True. All right. So Mordecai, give me a willpower test, sir. Actually, give me a
Come on,
fellowship.
willpower test.
Give me a fellowship test.
Oh no, my arch enemy. I have to be likable. It's not bad. It's definitely not my worst trait, but it's not my best. Oh. Okay, well I'm definitely gonna fate point that because I rolled a 93, which I guess would just be me puking on him or something. Okay, there we go.
Critical
I got a-
failure.
I got a 40. I got a 40, so no degrees of success, but I did pass on that second try.
And so the governor looks at you and he kind of starts shaking his head, and muttering under his breath, and you can hear things haven't been so great. Maybe we can go back. You are making progress on him, but he is still hesitant about punishment for his deeds.
Okay. Gotcha. Alright. It's like at that point I was like obviously things have not been great. I mean, planet's been falling apart. There's been the attacks from the Tau and vice versa. But things have been said and guns have been fired. That said, though, everyone will recognize you started this because you wanted a better life for the people of this planet. The Tau, I know how the Tau work. They speak those honeyed words, they promise the world, and then the moment you give them that world, they take everything else. It happens. That can be forgiven, your love of the Imperial citizens. What can't be forgiven is you continuing this war for Xenos, for creatures that hold no allegiance to you. So I understand your current position. I understand there's Tau in your cities. I understand that. But this is what you can do for us right now. You have the communication codes for the Tau on the planet and assumingly communicating with the ships. Give that to us. Give it to the Imperial Fist around here. And we could put an end to this war quickly, and that contribution won't be forgotten from you. There could be statues made of you. There could be a new city named after you, especially after we completely raise the Tau basis.
Okay.
So just give us those codes, give us a location of the Tau, and I will do everything in my personal power to help you.
Give me a fellowship test, sir.
Oh, come on. Oh, okay, definitely passed, but no. I got a 33, I needed 42, so no degrees of success, but I did pass.
And so the governor's sitting there, and again he's shaking his head in assent. Yeah, it was always for the good of my people. And can I really do? Can we return to the Imperium and it be for their good?
It's like, Governor Endrickson, in my mind, you never left the Imperium. This planet was always an Imperial planet. It just had some Tau on it for a while. That's it. For 3 years. Just 3 years. Like, within a year, you could be caught up on your taxes and your contributions to the Imperium. And trust me working with the administration, they don't care about anything but that. Pay them their due, and I have no doubt that some considerations will be made for you.
The governor you can see the creases on his face as he is deep in thought about the actions he has committed over these last years, and it looks like he is very much thinking about abandoning the greater good.
Okay. All right. In that case, I have one final move. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna give you a few minutes. I'm gonna just go over there. I'm gonna relax. I'm just gonna check on the men, make sure everything's fine. You know how it is. You know how it is being in charge. You gotta act like you care about the guys working under you. I'm gonna go check on them. Here, hold on to this flask. The rest is yours. Just relax, think it over. Actually, let me get this out of the way. I want to go over and grab the Tau porno book and put it back in my jacket. It's like oddly enough, the Inquisition loves analyzing stuff like this. I better take it with me. It's not like you want to read it anyway, so I'll take it with me. And then I'll just grab my chair and walk back. Like I'll give you a few. Take your time.
All right. And so the governor, listening to I will quote you on this, your honeyed words, has begun to very seriously contemplate returning to the folds of the Imperium. The time under the greater good has not been particularly beneficial to him. Let's be honest, that's what it really was about. But, or the world as a whole. Again, all he traded was one master for another. And obviously, they're not capable of defending Lavamol from threats, because the Imperium shows back up, and immediately the Tau defenses are thrown completely into disarray. So he does take some time, and you can see him sitting there sipping on the flask, nodding and shaking his head every couple of minutes, very much thinking about his future and the future of the planet that he quote-unquote governs. And after 10 or so minutes, he stands up and crosses the distance from his retinue to yours. And he says very simply, Lord Inquisitor, what do you ask of me? Ask anything, and this servant of the Imperium shall honor your request.
You made a great choice. The Emperor will definitely smile upon you. You made a great choice. And I want to shake his hand listen, I understand your position though, and I have no doubt there's probably about 4 dozen Tau snipers staring at us right now. Don't worry, it's part of the job. It's what they do. In a few seconds, I just want you to give me a good punch. And I'm going to punch you back, because that's obviously going to be a scuffle. But you're going to get the first punch, because I'm a gentleman. We're going to scuffle a bit. We're going to leave. Go back to the governor's palace, and I need you to contact us using that same phone I contacted you with originally. Through that, we're going to arrange a way you can give us the positions, the communication codes, everything the Tau have, while keeping you safe until this war ends. Because trust me, this war is going to end. It's just how quickly and painlessly. And you can see all the Imperial Fist here. All they need to know are the places the Tau are, their strength, and when they can strike. Give us that information, this war will be done probably within the day. And at that point, I'm going to do the whole, I'm going to start raising my voice, you called my mother a what? You son of a... And start acting up.
Right. And he does make a swing at you, sir.
That dick.
I
thought he wouldn't do it.
He's not particularly competent at fighting. He's an administrator that decided to call himself governor, so he does make a very wild punch at you, and completely misses.
Oh, okay. I want to push him and do a quick punch, and I want to use my metal arm on purpose. I want to be a dick about it.
Oh shit!
But I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do it hard. I just want to do a bop, boop.
So
in the face.
Give me a strength test a weapon skill test, then, sir.
shit, it's been a while since I've done one of these. Of course, now I'm rolling well. Yeah, past 2 degrees.
Nice. And so as his rather poorly aimed punch does come in, you do just push him away from you, and he starts to stumble back, and you follow up just and like quick jab right into his nose with your replaced arm and kind of like break his nose.
Oh, I feel kind of bad, but whatever. I said I was gonna do it.
Yeah. And immediately both retinues draw weapons and begin to aim at each other.
All right, I want to immediately do like, no, like, stand down, stop it, stop it, like, and kind of start like ushering him away. I'm gonna yell at Sindala, get him out of here. It's like, get him out. Obviously, I'm being all lustrous and boisterous about it.
And like the governor has, his hands over his nose and is like, "Oh, how dare you!" He's like, "Oh, this means war," and like he turns around in a twirl of his coat and walks back to his retinue, cupping his nose.
Good man. I'm like, while I walk away, I'm gonna be like, oh, that guy's still gonna die. He's dead. He's so dead. He's gonna be executed so fast, but oh well, at least he has a final few days that are gonna be pretty fun. So. All right.
Like, regardless of if he's fucking with him or not, whatever happens, he is a traitor to the Imperium, and the only punishment for being a traitor is death, especially to an Inquisitor.
Oh yeah, he has no chance, but you gotta lie. So.
Listen, all I'm saying is there's only one fucking group of people allowed to mess with Mordecai, and he is not in that group. I'm barely in that group.
I'm just upset that somebody else got to punch Mordecai first.
Oh no, well he missed, so that's a nice one.
Maybe we should just have.
I feel like this puppet mayor or whatever, like in my head, I just picture Mordecai basically having a conversation and punching Patton Oswalt in the face. like Patton Oswalt in a robe.
Yeah, like I definitely didn't imagine like a beast of a man. Like I didn't imagine Batista walking down there in like a suit. Like,
Yeah. So
I was kind of imagining Louis Anderson.
Whereas the actual governor is a man of high stock. So Borakal is like he's kind of the governorship for Lavamal is not hereditary, but there are a small number of families that actually breed to be governor. So he looks relatively he has an air of authority to him. He has a strong build. He has a relatively muscular build. Dark hair, full face. Like, he doesn't look like a schmuck. The guy that you just punched in the nose looks like a schmuck. Because
he's like the bad guy from every 80s movie.
Yeah, he is more an administrator than a governor. He's not meant to lead. He's meant to be a paper pusher. He just decided that it was his time.
It's funny, like your whole explanation right there. All I can imagine is like Jacob Black told me that, just like some seedy guy, like scar-crossed eyes, like he's a paper pusher. He's just a nobody. I'm like, damn man, you're being mean today. Shit, Black. You and Kane are dicks.
You're being mean to this guy. It's obvious he has
like
a cap of some kind.
Probably has a thyroid issue. Don't have to make fun of him.
All All right. So then, with Mordecai, your turn being over, sir, we are now back to the group as they are in combat. So, Thorvir, it is your turn, sir. You have an opening in that door now that you and Sephirin can kind of not really crawl through, but if you stoop over, you can fit through the space that Sephirin blew in those doors.
Because there's a hole, the structure's integrity is weakened. Can't I just like walk through and make a Thorvir-sized hole now?
Ooh. So the only thing I will say is, since Sephirin put a hole in it's like 4 or 5 feet off the ground. So yes, technically its structural integrity is weakened, but it isn't weakened enough that you can just walk through its armor plating.
All right, so I'll have to try and do a jump through and tuck myself in a little ball to get through it. But first I want to get on the box and ask Brother Albatride if he needed me to hold the crisis suit.
No, I'm gonna tie it around over my shoulders like a sweater.
Okay. Well, with that, I'm now going to the door on the other right. See what's in there. Head towards the engine.
I gotcha. So then, Brother Sephirin, are you going to just kind of follow Thorvir out and start proceeding in that same direction?
I am actually going to... Wait. There we are. So I'm actually going to follow him out the door, but I'm going to continue north.
Yeah, so that is where he's heading also. He's going towards your objective.
Oh, I thought he was... okay. Yes. I will be following him then.
Okay.
Brother Sephirin, do you want to get that first crack at the door and get in front of me and just throw everything in there?
Hell yeah. I thought you'd never ask.
I feel kind of bad that I took all the fun, but, now it's your turn. I told the Tau to share, so I guess I should try to share.
Practice what you preach. All right. And so as you all do proceed into that access hallway, and kind of stack up on that door, Sephirin, you do punch the console and the doors slide open, and on the other side is this kind of smoke-filled room. It is shockingly occupied with what looks like vials and chemical components, surgical equipment, things that seem wholly out of place on a Tal vessel, but are strikingly in place with the Dark Eldar.
Oh. This is bad. Like,
Just start shooting.
are you saying that in the sense that I understand this is very reminiscent of the Dark Eldar? Or
Yes.
is that just more for me as...
That is you as a player and you as a character. You do know what the Dark Eldar look like and how they practice. So like you look in there and you're like, oh shit, I'll just tell you, it's a homunculus lab.
Oh shit.
Unfortunately, it's really hard to find an image for that. So, I'm sorry, Rich, but like a homunculus is a flesh crafter. Whereas like the Dark Eldar have this weird obsession with pain. Homunculus are pain doctors. When they want to make a new creation, it's a homunculus that makes it. Through surgery and drugs, they have created...
Frankenstein, basically.
Yeah, really fucked up shit.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing we're blowing this thing to, well,
Yeah,
I'd say hell, but I think we're going deeper than that.
yeah. The thing with homunculi is that not only do they make it, they enjoy the process. The pain they inflict on living creatures is genuinely enjoyable to them. Yeah, that's a homunculus. Um,
Has an
so
hourglass head.
um, so Thorvir and Sephron, you two give me a perception test, please.
Perception.
All right, I got a 10, and that is wait, 4 degrees of spring.
Holy shit. And Sephron, you sir?
Just base perception, correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, got an 83. That is not passing.
All right. And so looking into the room, Thorvir, uh, you you see the outline of a creature uniquely Dark Eldar that serves as, we'll say, the last line of defense for a homunculus. Um, it is a creature of armor and manufacturing, equal parts machine and man, machine and Dark Eldar. I guess technically it is based off of like machine and flesh. um, inside the room is a Talos paint engine.
Well, hello there. Aren't you a big stinking pile of ugly?
Oh, I love that unit. It's
So it
one of
looks
my
like the
favorite
evolved
40K
form of
guys.
the grunts from Halo. That's their like final evolution.
It is attempting to stay hidden, so a Talos actually hovers, but currently it's resting on the floor, attempting to blend in with the laboratory so that you don't realize that it's there. All right, let me just grab his stat line really quickly.
All right, but first I want to point at that ugly thing because I know Brother Sephron was just kind of looking around, so he wasn't paying attention. Got to ID these things.
Yeah.
And I want to let the group know that we found the lab, and there's that floating ugly dude. Looks like Brother Sephron and I are going to have all the fun.
It really fucking does.
Oodalali.
Yeah.
The Codex approves.
Oh man, we haven't heard that in a while. The Talos, as best as you can see, Brother Thorvir, does have its standard 2 front appendages and a tail. Um, its tail, as you're looking at it, looks to have splinter cannons on it, judging based on their size. Um, and then effectively, it just has large bladed arms for its front appendages.
Now, can you, real quick for me, splinter cannons basically shoot out a stake, right?
They're needles more than steak, but they do shoot like large, sharp projectiles.
Gotcha.
All right. So you all have not alerted it, and it only has a basic understanding that the door to the lab is opened, but it hasn't reacted yet. So for this turn, you guys are kind of neutral with the Talos. Because you basically got up to the lab and got into it, and now you're surveying and listening to Brother Thorvir as he's like, "Holy fuck, there's a fucking Talos in there. Yeah, guys, we need to fucking murder it." All right, Brother Alvatrad, it's your turn, sir, and you are now just kind of carrying around a dead crisis suit, I guess.
So after being alerted to a new friend,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to grab the arm of the crisis suit.
Okie dokie.
With my left hand. I'm going to proceed to drag it with me like a teddy bear. To this lab with my storm bolter in my right hand.
Oh my god. All right. So Alvatrad, you're just kind of, like you said, you're just dragging this crisis suit along with you, with your storm bolter out in front of you, just walking along.
His name is Mr. Cuddles.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ.
Mr. Cuddles.
God. All right, Tatama. It's on to you, sir. You have this crisis suit now missing one arm and both of its legs in your hands. I'd imagine you're just gonna try to yank those some bitches off.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna. Well, actually, in light of new information, we need to expedite this process even further. So I'm gonna let him go and grab my power axe and try to just,
Just chop some wood in him.
we're just gonna, hold on, let me see if I can find a good gif. Yeah, we're just gonna try to chef chop him off.
Oh, the walking hitchhiker man that had the hack shit. I don't know, it was a few years ago. He was a meme. He was then arrested for murder.
Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
At first,
Just something like that.
Oh,
Actually, more like one single strike. We're gonna do one leg at a time. One arm. My hand's gonna hold the leg by like the ankle, while my other arm just has the power axe. I'm just gonna line it up, and then knock it off.
All right.
Want me to roll damage then?
Yeah. So do roll your weapon skill for me. Basically, don't roll a 99. He's held in place. If you roll 95 or higher, you dig your axe into the deck underneath him. As long
12.
as you... Okay. That is fucking terrifying, Thorvir. All right, and then roll damage for me, sir.
So 2d6. I just rolled a d100. 95 does not make sense.
It should be 2d10.
Yeah, 2d10. 2d10. I got a 5 and a 1. So 6 plus 6, 12 plus 6, 18, and then the fuck is my strength modifier again? 10.
It's gotta be higher than that.
That's just the base. So with Strength V Legend, it's 10, and with the Bionic Arm, it's also 10 more.
Okay,
So
I
20.
got you. Well then, remember your strength bonus is 2 times your 10 value.
That's where I got the first 10.
Gotcha.
It's 10 plus 10 plus 10, so 30. So
well, remember, so your Strength B Legend goes into your strength statistic. It isn't added to your bonus.
Oh, not bad.
It's okay.
I
So
counted that wrong.
then yours is probably like 12 or it might be 14, but I think 12.
Well, I'm at
sounds-
51. If Strength B Legend is rolled in, then it's 61, so it's 12.
Okay, and then 2 from your armor, because armor's dumb, so it's 14.
14.
So 14 plus 6 is what you said?
Yep.
Okay. Does the crisis suit even remotely manage to struggle or dodge out of the way? It does not. And
Ow.
so you do let go of one of his legs, and then immediately just grab it, the other one with that hand, and you just pull your axe off your back and just kind of hack into the joint at the leg. Just a couple strikes, and eventually it just starts breaking loose, and you just like pull it off and just throw it behind you. It's like, this is not going fast enough. You are slowing down my progress. We are not being efficient. Must go faster.
No, if I was being really efficient, I would just kill him. But that's not happening. Gotta make this slower.
All right. The Talos, again, guys, is not going to do anything. It hasn't yet been kind of made aware of your presence in the room. Decimus is now, after he's taken the crisis suit head off, and he's just kind of trying to push his hand into the wiring and tubing in there. He grabs it by the collar and just like punches his hand in there and grabs the pilot by the head and starts to squeeze the actual pilot's skull, just trying to juice him like an orange.
Wait. It'd be a Decimus thing to try and pull the pilot's head up through that hole.
Look, this is this Decimus, not that Decimus, okay?
Different Decimus.
Quick, hit the off button. We need to reset him. He's not doing the right things.
Turn him off, turn him back on.
Our Decimus is broken. What? What?
Have him waterboard something with
Oh.
his urine.
Jesus fucking
It's
Christ.
part of the frequently asked questions. Your Decimus isn't doing what it normally does. What do? Power cycle.
Every time I hear this, I just think like chaos corruption increased by 0.10%, something like that. Like, this has to be having an influence. Damn.
This is totally not sane. But he's a flesh terror. Are they sane?
That is fair, actually.
No, but they're not renegade and they're not excommunicatus Taurus. So technically, we don't care if they're sane, as long as they're insane on our side.
One of the criteria to be a space marine is you have to be a psychopath.
Not
Yeah,
that
just let
far
me
off.
know. It's fine.
That is in the
loving my
that is part of the selection process.
Yeah.
It's not just physical health, it is mental tendencies.
Yeah, the ability and willingness to commit violence largely without guilt.
Check.
All right. The crisis suits currently being grappled are not having much luck against either Totama or Decimus, especially considering one doesn't have 2 limbs and the other doesn't have a head. Mordecai, it's back to you, sir. The governor and his retinue have departed. Are you going to follow suit and return to Hive Primus?
I'm gonna return to Hive Primus. I'm gonna go back to the governor's mansion, so then I hopefully can get a call from the other governor. I want to double check that. And then after that, I'm probably gonna start communicating with the Imperial Fist and all the other regiments, and hopefully get back in touch with the squad, but one thing at a time. I'm currently like, what is it like? I'm the paper pusher for the squad, so I'm like, okay, let me get all this stuff out of the way. Let me do a few phone calls, arrange some meetings, and then if I have time, I can go ahead and shoot things.
Look, man, play to your strengths.
It's my job.
Okay. And so you do return to Hive Primus, and the the military phone that you were using does eventually ring, and it is Andromson, and he basically spills his guts. He bought it hook, line, and sinker that you're gonna help him not get murdered. And so, let me grab the map really quick if I can find it. Where is? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah. Okay. And so it really is the intel that you all got previously was correct. All of the like all of the settlements in the northern hemisphere do have small Tau garrisons on them. The governmental seat does have a large contingent, as well as the overall commander of the Tau forces present there. And the supply depots that you all did not blow up, hilariously, do still have their kind of medium strength Tau forces present.
Gotcha. Okay.
He can't give you specific numbers. He can just give you his best guess of what exactly is there, and it kind of falls in line with what you would expect. The garrisons inside, like habitation, are largely fire warriors with maybe some stealth suit support. The governmental seat is crisis suits, devilfish, sky rays, fire warriors. It is a full actual garrison, and the supply depots, it really depends on what's readily available, but you're basically going to see at least a garrison of fire warriors and crisis suits with additional assets depending on how they rotate in and out at any given time.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's actually a pretty stand-up job. All right. So I'm definitely going to pass that information on to the local Imperial Fist, the one on the planet, because obviously they're probably ready to wreck some shit. I'm going to pass on that information. I'm going to contact the governor and be like, all right, governor, I have one final task I have to ask of you. I need you to ask the anti-aircraft defenses around Lava Mall. I just need you to tell them to take it offline for routine maintenance for the upcoming offensive. Just tell them that. Upcoming offensive, you have word from your Tau compatriots that there's going to be an offensive within the next 24 hours. You want to get a quick maintenance in so you'll be correct. So you'll be ready for it. Do that immediately. They're going to have to take it down, and that'll give us plenty of time for us to move in, take out the Tau, and reclaim your seat as governor. The rightful seat of governor, not one given to you by fish people or terrible dark elves.
And he's like, dark elves? What?
Trust me, governor, you made the right choice. Apparently your greater good are jumping headfirst into an agreement with the worst evil. And I want to give a haughty laugh, acting like we're friends.
Oh my, I can't believe that. They've always said that we were their greatest ally. Why would they do that? The naivety drips in his voice.
Yeah, they're Xenos, governor. All they can do is lie. Don't worry though. Just pass on the word, and within an hour we will be there to help you relieve your city and save it. Good luck, Governor. Oh, and one other thing. Can you contact Lacris and then have them pull back some of the troops? Nothing too big, or even give them word that we're going to be moving some of our troops through. What? I'll trust you to make that judgment call, Governor. Just, I don't want any more of your men to get hurt around Lacris, so if you could just pull them back a little.
And he's like, I will ask that the air defenses be cycled. I am not sure if they will grant me that. And most of our Imperial Guard forces aren't at Yakarus. I mean, there is a small contingent there, but I don't have ultimate command over the Tau forces here. That really is up to their commander.
All right, 1 second. Let me check something. Okay, yeah, that won't work. Darn it. I was hoping I had that. Alright, I'm gonna have to do an intimidation. I want to do plus, actually, no, I'm actually getting along with this guy. I'm gonna do a command check on him.
Okay.
I wanna be like, hold on. These words I'm hearing. Ask if they can do that. I have to check. Sir, you are the governor of this planet. You're imperial governor. You don't ask, you tell them. Come on. And I want to do like kind of a buddy, like, what are you doing?
All right. So go ahead and give me your command test, sir, with whatever your modifiers are.
It's just a base fellowship.
All right, go for it.
Oh, come on. Okay, I'm going to fate point it, obviously. 97. Wow, okay. Fate point. Okay, I used up all my luck. I got an 84. Holy shit. I flubbed it. I failed by 3 degrees.
As you're attempting to convince him that he, in fact, does have authority, he is kind of stuttering and stumbling over his words that, yes, you're right. I am the governor. I have authority over everything on this planet, don't I? You might have convinced him to act with some level of assurance, but you are definitely left wondering if he'll be able to accomplish what you need him to.
Shit. I was considering intimidate, but it's a strength check, and I severely doubt strength checks would work over a phone. So I was like, I don't know if that would work. Okay, well, disappointing, but what can you do? All right. In that case, I'll pass it on to the Imperial Fist commander, or I'll pass it on to the Snow Claws commander, and with my own inquisitorial regiment. And then have, I think, Gallos? Was that the head militant guy? I think it was Gallos.
It's Hassig.
Hassig. I gotta change that. For some reason, I wrote Gallos.
I think that's his first name.
Oh! Look at me being over familiar. Okay, so Hassig. I'm gonna talk to Hassig. Like, Hassig, you're on the ground. I need you to talk to the nearest Imperial Fist commander there. And tell him that within the next couple hours, the air defenses around Lava Mall are gonna be down. That's your chance to go in there. And I also want to pass on the relevant stuff. I was hoping someone was writing down. If not, I was like, all right, they're going to have some Tau station there. Nothing you guys can't handle. It's just be prepared. But either way, Lava Mall should have anti-aircraft defenses down within the next couple hours. And then you can move in. We will move up with our Snow Claws and an Inquisitorial Regiment towards Lava Mall as well. Otherwise, I just assume the Imperial Fists are going to do their own thing. I'm not even going to do much else. I'm like, they're Imperial Fists. They don't give a shit about me.
That is pretty close to the truth.
Yeah. I could order them to, like, go attack a depot, and they'll probably just spawn with, like, fuck you, and just log off. So I'm not even going to try.
they'd pull what's the easiest way that we can kill you and bury the body and no one would know.
Yeah.
Give Captain Litteris the paperwork to deal with later.
Yeah.
The worst part is I don't think the Imperial Fist hate the Inquisition overwhelmingly. Like I think just standard hatred of Inquisition. But
Yeah.
they would still, they would murder me in a second if they could. So, says a lot. But otherwise, I'm gonna make my way back towards. Oh no, I have the wrong sheet open. Lacris to meet back up with the Inquisitorial Regiment and the Snowclaws.
Got it. And so Hassig listens to you and snaps a sharp salute and then goes off to his men and begins to disseminate orders that not only do they need to inform the Imperial Fists of what's going on, but his own regiments need to be mobilized and ready to press the attack when the time comes.
Oh, darn it! I always hate it when you walk away from the phone. It's like, I should have asked him that. Oh well, too late. I'm gonna go. Like, I was gonna ask where the void defense batteries are, but I don't know if this planet even has adequate ones. But I guess they would be at the, if anywhere, it'd probably be at the governmental seat. So probably at Lava Mall. Well, whatever. I'm going to Lacris. Time for the offensive.
And you you get into one of the Lehman Russ tanks and pop out the top hatch, and you draw your imaginary cavalry saber, and you're like, onward, men, we march.
Yeah. Drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword.
Exactly.
Actually, I do have a chainsword. I have a chainsword, so I can actually do it.
Chainsword.
Yes.